I'd like to call this caucus meeting the order. I guess the first thing before we get into our agenda is we'll be having the resolution for the football team, okay? I will begin needing a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the second regular meeting dated Monday, November 20th, 2023, as prepared by the clerk. Communications, there's 3 pieces. Is there any questions or comments on the communications? Mayor's report, Mayor Miller.
I'm going to give my report on the floor.
Gotcha.
Because we may have some visitors today, so I'm going to
Gotcha.
do that better. But if you have any questions relating to this,
I imagine everyone has a copy of the mayor's report.
the longer one, just briefly, the Wetmore Bridge replacement, we did have to put out a press release. I'm not going to go over that in there, but we have to post it for public comment for 30 days. That's just ODOT's requirements, so that's going to be starting early spring, and that bridge is going to be closed for 5 months.
What early spring as to when school's out so the buses don't have to?
No.
Not necessarily. So the public comment for 30 days, we'll finish up our environmental, and then we will go out to bid, which will probably take 3 weeks to go to bid. Then after that, it will be determined by who bids on it and their start date.
What month are you?
I would say,
Just estimate.
I would say we will have a contractor before the end of February.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Right in time for baseball season, so everybody that needs to go to the field is.
All right.
That's true, yeah.
But there's nothing we can
Right. I
do with the timeline, and there's nothing we can.
got you. I know.
But this is the project that we got the $1 million grant for too. So this is, I had somebody comment that why are we wasting city money, and we're not.
All right. Needs done and needs done.
Whatever it's gonna get done, it's gonna get done.
And
Yeah,
it'll
but-
be on the Mahoney County list of bridges, correct?
I don't know about that.
Because the one before, the one down there now isn't.
No, it's not. That's why
That's why we're
paying for it.
eligible.
Right.
Yes, because it is, that's the only reason we got the $1 million is because it's a city bridge.
Right.
It was a grant going out to cities and parks and stuff that have their own bridge that are not part of the county. So that's why we were able
So
to
it
get
probably
that
would
money.
stay a city bridge, I would think.
But then the county doesn't inspect those though.
No, they don't.
But we use the Omar, is his name Omar? I think his name's Omar,
To do the
to do that inspection for us.
I
It's a
thought since
$500
they're
a
gonna be
year.
involved in building, I thought they would just add it.
The county's not involved.
No.
This is strictly the Ohio Department of Transportation. It's a grant, money comes through them. So the county, I mean, we can always ask the county to take it over, but I don't imagine they will.
Ooh, brand new bridge.
They do have all the other bridges in Struthers.
Yeah, why not that one?
There are a few of them. You might not realize it, but there's bridges on State Street, Lowville Road. So
Mhm.
they
So
do
we're
take
looking
it.
at 4 months to get this done?
The estimate by our engineer was 150 days.
That's, yes.
150 days, good.
150
That's
days.
pretty
That-
fast.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, to get it done. So the estimated time to start is when?
We don't have an estimated time to start.
Okay.
I'm estimating that we're gonna have a contractor picked by the end of February.
Okay.
Okay, then you go into pre-construction meetings and everything else, and the start date and the end date will be determined at that point.
This project's been moving very quick compared to others. I don't think we expected it to be this, which is good,
Yeah.
but
Any other questions, comments for our mayor?
Anything with Los Galos at all? Nothing?
nothing yet. Still meeting with the
Same.
yes. Yeah, there's gonna be some movement on the other buildings on State Street, within the next couple of weeks that you'll see.
For that social 22, that stretch right there.
I was in there the other night. You're
We
about-
told them to call you.
Huh?
We told them to call you.
Yeah, I went down there, and I walked through there. Them guys are amazing
Yes.
what they're doing down there.
To that strip of
To that
building?
section,
They
yes.
are 100% in with the vision of downtown and really fixing it
Right.
up to what is
So are they
needed.
keeping Struthers Nutrition in there?
Yes.
Okay. And then that vape, the only
The
other thing,
vape, I think he's
gone.
leaving.
he's gone.
Or he's gone already.
Yeah, the kid, I thought he was
Last week.
going out, yeah.
Yeah, so just Struthers Nutrition at the corner
Okay,
there.
now you know Struthers Nutrition was sold.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Somebody from Camel bought that.
Okay.
And then Dan Rauschenbaugh opened up, a little studio.
Right next door to our
behind,
studio.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's nice that they took all them signs off the side of the building.
everywhere. They took a
It's
lot of
nice.
signage down. They're gonna be doing a lot. He wants me to wait till next week to let council know what's going on, because I think he wants to start and get everything up to date. He actually may come to council to meet everybody, because they are gonna be such a big part of downtown, yes.
And his brother is still working on the other building.
Yeah,
Well, Eric's one of the new owners.
Okay.
He's one of the new owners
so
for the
the,
strip.
the other building is waiting for a building permit, which is, they're expecting this week. And the flooring and everything else will start going in as soon as they get their building permit.
Well, full circle, his mom used to be down there and now. Very cool.
Any other questions for the mayor? Report of standing committees.
Finance legislation, 6 o'clock, December 20th.
Any other committees? If none, we got one piece of legislation. Questions or comments on the legislation? Unfinished business? Go ahead,
I have new business.
go ahead, new business.
Sorry. I just wanted to bring this to council's attention. I don't know if we have already missed the deadline, or the deadline is the end of next week. But I wanted to talk to you about it all first. There's a possibility of us applying for a one-page grant application for STBG money with Youngstown to get Walton repaved. If we are able to do that and get all of the paperwork and everything done and applied for with Youngstown, I don't know if they can get it done quickly either. We would be the lead applicant. The total cost, they would take 80% of the bill. We would take 10% and Youngstown would take 10%. So if we can get that done quickly, I may be coming to council after the fact. And if we get it and you are not okay with it, we can always decline. But if I may need some legislation or something from council with your approval, if we can even get it done. It may be a long shot, but
What are they looking
if
at?
they're willing to
The cost of
cooperate,
that?
we don't know.
No clue.
It's a one-page grant application, so we're trying to get it done on time. We may not get it done on time, but I just want to make you aware that,
It definitely needs done.
yes,
Yeah.
if it's doable and we only have to pay 10%, that's even better than any of the streets around, because this is it's the STBG, and that is all concrete. So I may be coming after the fact and asking.
We did that
for
with
something.
Logan too, when partners with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other item I wanted to bring up, this may be a little bit of unfinished, but it's kind of a new thing too. So we've been talking about the parking lots at Capslow and the TIF money, and we discussed not using that because it may be going back to a private business. So Capslow, we have completely dropped that completely, so we have the TIF, and I know Dallas understands it much more than I do, because we've discussed this many times. But the TIF share, they're asking for their part of the TIF share. So everything that goes into the TIF is 50% Caslo, 50% the city. We have specific projects that we can use the money for and only for that. Well, one of their projects that they can use their share for is the railroad and maintaining that. So they have a pretty drawn out letter and everything requesting $44,000 from their share. Kristen said that she just needs something allowing her to give them their share to cover the
A
railroad.
railroad inside Casco?
Yes, it is for the Ohio Rail Development Commission grant. They received $91,000. The local share was $144,000. The Caslo share was $100,000. So they're asking for the remainder, which is $44,000 from their share of it. It was one of their on the TIF. And I may confuse everybody more than you might be confused. But we were allowed to do certain projects. So
In the downtown area,
Yes.
basically.
Right.
So their projects, they were allowed rail bridge painting, roadway resurfacing, our infrastructure was building demolition, State Route 616 resurfacing, Main Street public parking, State Street public parking, Bridge Street, State Street signal upgrade, Bob Seam Way resurfacing, sanitary water line extensions to Astro Shade. So there's specific things that you can use the tip for, and this is one of their specific things. But in order to release the money to them, they sent us the invoice and everything. Chrissy just wants some type of resolution or something saying that she's okay, she can do that. But
Well, they're entitled to it,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, but I just wanna make you aware that that's gonna be coming to you, so we're not discussing our share of the Castle money for either parking lot, it's gonna be taken care of.
So that's gonna be on hold, that corner that we were supposed to do that?
No, not on hold, we're just not, we don't have to cover the share.
We don't have no cost into it.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
And when will that be done?
Hopefully soon. I know they wanted to start and get the new business here by the end of the year. There's one little holdup from the EPA. They have it on the high priority list and they're trying to rush it. But we're waiting on John, you could correct me if I'm wrong, covenant not to sue or is that right?
That sounds right, yes.
From the EPA?
There is a covenant not to sue.
Okay, they're waiting on that to come through. It's going through 2 different places, and as soon as that gets through, then they'll be able to get into the building. But they're waiting on that. So there's it's going to happen, it's just taking a little longer than we thought, even though we tried to bump it to high priority.
As long as it's going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And we don't have to
And
pay for
that
it.
gentleman, we've had a lengthy meeting with him as well, and he wants to come in and talk to council, he wants to be a part of the community, he wants to be able to communicate with everybody, so you guys will really like him. But he wants to schedule that too when he starts.
Any other new business? Report of our law director, John.
I have nothing tonight.
Questions or comments for our law director? Auditor's absent. Safety director, Bob, you have anything for council?
I do not.
Questions or comments for our safety director?
Any action on that garage that's Kate?
Yes, we have, well, we're in the waiting process for the letter. So we have to give them 30 days or something to correct it, so we're in the middle of that waiting
Just
process.
because I'm sure I'm gonna get a phone
Yeah.
call about it again.
Which garage is that, Bob? The one on Center?
On Center
Yeah.
Street, yes.
The 2-story one?
The one I told him.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
No.
It's, we're, so, since the last time you told me, that next day, and so, I mean, we went and talked to them the first time, and obviously nothing happened, so now the formal letter has been sent,
Okay.
and it's a matter of 30 days.
Thank you.
Not that we need it or anything else, but how do we look on the salt and everything else for the ship?
We're having an overabundance, I don't know.
That's what I'm just saying, because I know
No,
somebody else always asks that question about it, so I'm gonna get to it
we
before
got,
he
we got
does.
plenty of salt. We had a lot of salt left over from last year, and we ordered a little bit less than our normal order because we had so much left over. But we will have winter. It's maybe coming late, but it's coming.
Yeah.
We should be fine.
I was just wondering, like I said.
If we don't get a lot, we may be using pure salt because we have to, whatever we ordered, we have to receive. And right now our bins are full. So if it gets close to the end of the year and we have to receive in a couple hundred ton, then we may be using pure salt. Just, who knows what the winter's gonna bring.
What's the sewage treatment plant do that?
Using pure salt?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a mixed thing, you know, you get a lot of more runoff and everything, but you also don't have anything going into your storm catchment. You know, we don't have the mix going in, gravel.
Mm.
Okay.
So you get less cleanup with when you're sweeping, but it is a mix.
Yeah.
Any other questions for our safety director? If none, motion to adjourn caucus.
Motion.
Second. Okay, caucus is